What's up, guys? Collector B here. Happy Sunday and happy Easter for all of you who celebrate Easter. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. I hope you guys had a fantastic week. And we are back with another toy haul. So, it was a pretty hard week for us. We ended up losing our cat, but my cat that I've had since I was 18. Rest in peace to Kobe. That is my boy. We had to go to emergency vet and he had some issues. So we lost him this week, so it was kind of a down week for us. We did get some mail calls, but it was kind of hard to get excited about stuff. But, you know, he's in a better place now, and we're very thankful to have amazing furry friends. And if you guys don't know, obviously, we have so much love for animals, so be nice to animals. I know a lot of you who watch have animals at home. Treat them amazing. They are just like family. So some people don't understand that, but definitely give them a hug. And yes, so I've got my shirt on for him today. He's watching us, so super happy about that. But let's get into some toy hauls. So we got some really cool things this week. We got a new TMNT Universal Monster. We've got some more. We haven't done any, have we? We've got some Titans. And we've got new McFarlane Demon Slayer. So super excited about that. So we are just going to get into it. What should we start with? Should we start with one of the Titans first?
Sure.
Okay, let's start with one of the Titans first. So let's do Nightwing. So, ended up finding this wave at Books A Million. I did have it pre-ordered on Amazon, but Books A Million, for some reason, got it first. Did not find Arsenal or Donna Troy. They just had Beast Boy and Raven. Now, I didn't pre-order this whole wave because...
Beast Boy?
Huh?
Beast Boy?
Oh, sorry. Nightwing and Raven. Yeah, sorry. Beast Boy is the Build-A-Figure. I didn't pre-order this whole wave because I'm not a fan of Arsenal, not really a fan of Donna Troy. I mean, I do like her in Titans, the show, but it wasn't figures I really had to have. But now that I've seen some of these Beast Boy Build-A-Figure pieces, man, I kind of want to get the rest just to complete this Beast Boy. Even though I'm not really a huge fan of how it looks, the face actually looks really good. So we'll have to see because, again, like I said, I don't really want the other two figures, but... you know, we'll find out. So the one thing I hate that he does, though, with these Build-A-Figures is that's the back of the box. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, obviously you do get Nightwing's card in here, but it just would have been cool. I think you should just have their pictures on the back of the box. We don't want every single one with the same picture. It's just kind of boring to me. So, especially if you leave these in box, you know, you kind of want to see different stuff on the back. So, yeah, so here is Nightwing's picture, which I think looks fantastic. But again, what does he have in the picture that he doesn't have here? He doesn't have his sticks. He doesn't have his sticks, which drives me bonkers. His sticks, his Eskrima stick, right? Drives me bonkers. So here he is. You get Nightwing, and then you get Beast Boy's body, his torso. But again, kind of a disappointment. Like, you got to give him his weapons. So they also didn't even give him hands to hold the weapons. He just has fist hands on. So kind of a bummer. I do have some of the other Nightwings. So, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to cut this. So what I'll have to do is probably find some hands to replace and then get another stick for him to hold because kind of a bummer there. So here's Beast Boy's body. You know, it looks good. A lot of these I have seen have had marks on them. Even the ones I got from Books A Million, same thing. Nothing crazy, but there is his torso, pretty decently big, which is kind of why I do want to complete this Build-A-Figure. Again, I just don't want to grab those other two. I really don't have a use for those other two. So, oh man, he is zip-tied everywhere. I noticed when there's Build-A-Figure pieces, he zip-ties these guys in way more. Okay. So, he did that again. Okay, so, interesting. So this Nightwing looks pretty cool, but he does have those joints in his shoulders I'm not really a fan of. But let me just get him straight and stand him up. So there he is. I do really like this face, and I do like his outfit. I think it looks good. The paint is okay all over the place on it. It's not bad, but again, man, he just looks boring without weapons, doesn't he? Like, how do you not give him his sticks?
Yeah.
Just kind of a bummer. So, I do think they did a really good job on the blue. And again, like I said, I do really like the face. So, it's not a bad figure. What I don't necessarily like, and you can really see it on his left shoulder when I turn him, is those circle pieces, which this Build-A-Figure doesn't have them, which is interesting. But there's that butterfly joint in there, and you can really see it on the left here. I mean, he's going to have really good mobility, but I'm not a huge fan of how that looks on regular figures. So, I mean, there is Nightwing. So, like I said, I mean, his arms are going to be really good. He does have the bicep swivel, good joints, legs, no thigh swivel, does have the toe joint, which is nice, especially for Nightwing. Pretty flexible, very nice. And his head does have really good movement. So, I mean, I like this a lot, and I like that you can kind of move his hair out of his face a little bit. I actually like that it is in his face a little bit. It is pretty cool. And, you know, the symbol and everything looks really good, but this is all you get. So, it's kind of a bummer to me, especially just because he just has fist hands. So, like, how do you want me to pose him? You know what I mean? It's just kind of boring. So, I do really like this figure. I'm glad I needed a Nightwing, but I'm going to have to find some hands, and I'm going to have to get a Screama stick or something for him, because it's just kind of boring. I just really wish he would have came with a weapon and some hands. It just would have made this figure much better. Just because, I mean, there's not much to this. You know? What do you think?
It's boring.
Right? He just... There it is. Yeah. So kind of a bummer, especially because they did Donna Troy, they did Raven, and they did Arsenal, and they all have weapons or effects or something. So, kind of a bummer. But let's go ahead and just do Raven then. Boom. So, the next one in this wave is Raven. Now, I really like Raven. Raven's really awesome, and I think this looks really good. And as you can see, she comes with Beast Boy's head and his hands. Is that what it is? Yeah. And then she does come with effects as well. So kind of a bummer that Nightwing doesn't. But then, there you go. Again, Beast Boy as the back of the box. And I think this Raven card looks really fantastic. So, if you've watched the channel, you know I don't really do much with the cards, but like, man, some of them are really cool. I will say some of them are really cool. So, like this one, if we can get it out. Look at that. That's really cool. That would have been a great back of the box. Would have been fantastic.
Yeah, then why doesn't her outfit look like that?
It doesn't. But that's the other thing, too, is like these cards don't really mean anything because he doesn't really try to match them up. So, so let's look at Beast Boy's pieces. And this is honestly the one that made me think like, oh man, maybe I should get the rest of this figure. So you do get an open hand with him, which is pretty cool. I do like it. I think it looks really good. The fingernails look awesome. And then you do get one fist hand, which is pretty big. I do like this as well. I think they did a really good job on the hands. Then you do get his face, and I'm surprised at how much I like this face. Again, though, most of them I have seen, there has been marks all over him. He has marks all over him on this one. But the hair looks fantastic, and I do like the expression on his face, and I really do like the eyes as well. So I think they actually did a better job with that than I thought they were going to. So we'll have to see if I decide to get the rest of this wave. Just for Beast Boy's parts. So, now, these are interesting. And the only reason I know about these is I did see somebody kind of talk about these in a Facebook post. So, these are her effects. Now, you look at them and you're like, man, where do those go? So, there's actually peg holes there. So you have to take her hands off to put these on. And that's basically her hand and the fire or whatever it is coming out. So, which is kind of cool. So I'm actually pretty excited to see how that looks on her hands. But again, see, there you go. I mean, you give her pretty much effects and alternate hands, technically. And again, Nightwing just gets kind of nothing, which is just a bummer. So yeah, so I don't really get it. I don't know why they shafted Nightwing like that. I know obviously they've made other Nightwing figures already, but like, I'm pretty sure out of everybody in this wave, Nightwing's probably mostly everybody's favorite. So I'm probably wrong, but you guys get what I'm saying. He's the most popular. Oh God, she is not going to stand worth crap, I can tell. But yeah, so kind of a bummer he comes with nothing. Now, I really like this Raven. I might have to pull that stand. Let's see. Ooh. Ooh. I really like how she looks. Imagine if she had a cloth cape and hood, though. Ooh, that would be really cool. I also wish it was, like, black and not blue. Yeah. But
she has red hair.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. I actually think the face looks really good, though. But I do wish it was more of like her original costume, kind of like you said on the card, where it was black and the hood and everything was black. But I do think she looks good. I think the face is really good. Her expression and just the eyes and everything. And again, she looks good. I don't really have much to complain about. I'm curious. I don't think her arms have that joint, which, I mean, it's a girl figure, so he probably doesn't do it for those because they'd be a little bit too big. But just kind of weird, the figures that he decides to do those, like, butterfly joints on the shoulders with. So, but other than that, I mean, I think she looks good. Let's look at under the cape. There she is. The belt looks cool. She actually has a butt, which is nice. But yeah, I mean, she looks cool. I really like how she looks. I love the head. I figured, yep, you're going to be pretty limited just because of her cloak here. Now, she does not have those pieces in her shoulders. She does have a bicep swivel, so she does get all the movement still. Same thing with her legs are the same toe joint. So, I mean, she's going to be able to move pretty well. She's just going to be limited in the arms. Let's see how this looks, though. I'm curious. Now, how am I going to tell? It's kind of hard to tell, like, which one is actually supposed to be in what hand. Oh, this looks kind of funny. I don't know if I like this or not. It's okay. So,
it looks stupid.
Yeah, the reason it looks stupid is because you can still see that ball joint and where her wrist, how her wrist is. So it just looks kind of funny to me. I'm right there with you. I'm not really a huge fan of it. It just, even from the back, like, it just looks funny. I get what he was trying to do here, but I almost just would have rather them wrap around her hands, honestly.
Well, don't you have a figure to where the hand, like, fits into...
In, like, some effects. Some of the Power Ranger figures do that. Yeah, that would have been much better, because it just looks like she lost her hands. Like...
Captain Hook.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Stupid.
I mean, overall... Oh, I put her hand on the wrong hand, and then just shot it out. Overall, she's not bad. I do like that he gave her an open hand and a fist hand. So again, she gets an open hand and a fist hand and effects, and Nightwing gets nothing. One thing I would have liked is maybe like a flight stand with her. That would have been really cool. So you could have like posed her like this, or if her cape
was a wired cape.
Yeah, that would have been really, really cool. So she's not bad. She stands better than I thought she would. Again, I just don't really know what I'm going to do with these two, because, yeah, I thought I was going to put the effects on her, but I don't really like how they look. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with these two. They might just stand there, which is kind of boring. So, I mean, it's kind of a disappointment for me just for the Titans wave, just because, honestly, if it was me, I would have rather them made them from the show, Titans, and actually done them, because I really like the guy who plays Dick Grayson. I really like the girl who plays Raven. And then just think about the gold label opportunities. All white Raven. If you've watched the new season, they could have done.
You ruined it.
I did. Okay, then they could have done Hawk and Dove. They could have done Red Hood again. Like, just so many cool opportunities he could have done with that. I get he's doing the comics, but you know, it's okay. The light went off. That's okay. So yeah, so there's those two. They're okay. They're nothing crazy. If you needed a Nightwing though, it's a good Nightwing. You just need to get some hands and some sticks for it. So, okay, so next thing we are going to do is the NECA. Boom! Universal Monsters TMNT Casey Jones as the Phantom of the Opera. Except it just says the Phantom, right? But it's the Phantom of the Opera, and we all know the song. Well, I'm not going to sing today. We're not singing. So this went up on Target for like wave 4 of Holothon, and I decided to pre-order it, and it came very quickly. So we got it. But only one I do not have right now is Donnie. I didn't pre-order him anywhere. I'm trying to wait to see if I can find him. Everywhere I've been trying to look to pre-order him, he's, you know, the shipping's kind of a little too much for me. So we haven't got him yet, but I am excited to get Donnie. But we did get this Casey, and at first I wasn't sure if I was going to get him or not, but I really like some of these head sculpts. I think are really awesome. So I'm totally cool with getting him. The only other one I do not have is April, just because I don't like it. So I just haven't picked it up. So I don't think April looks good, and honestly, the Splinter's not my favorite either. Now, there is a rumor that Shredder is going to be Dracula, which is going to be interesting because me and the wife were talking, and how you going to do his face, you know? So very curious there. So this one on the back says, the enigmatic and operatic man behind the mask, bringing fear in hockey gear. Experience theatrical frights. The penalty box vigilante, stalking under the stage, slashing beneath the ice. That's kind of weird, but yeah. So super cool. We're gonna pop this open. I'm actually excited for this guy. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get him, like I said, but then I started seeing pictures, and he looked good, so we snagged him. Oh, no shit, no. We got some cloth. So is that supposed to be like the stage stairs? Like he's under the stage or something? I don't know. The background's not that great. The boxes are really cool though. So first thing you get, I believe this is going to be his cloth cape, which is pretty cool. Let's see. I didn't even think about that, honestly. Yeah. Okay. So it's kind of, it's wired on the outside. The outsides have a wire. The inside is just cloth, but that's not bad. That's pretty cool. I do like it. I'm curious how that looks on him. Look at that. Cloth cape. Cloth cape. All right. Then we've got a ton of accessories and hands. So he does get this like hockey glove, which it's kind of funny they made him like really hockey. You know, like I understand that's what Casey Jones is wearing, is a hockey mask and like uses the hockey stick and stuff like that, but it's not like he wears hockey pads. You know? I mean, at least not in the movie, you know? So you do get these open hands, which are actually pretty good. You get 2 more hands. These are more to hold things. Pretty much almost the exact same hands, just a little bit closer fingers just to be able to hold stuff. And wow, okay. Then you get 2 different hands. Another hand to hold stuff and another, just a lot of hands to hold stuff. He has a lot of stuff. So, boom. They're kind of pretty dang close to the same hands, though. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that's what that was. That's pretty cool. So then you get this other piece, which is like the goalie glove blocker thing, but it is a glove too. I didn't realize it was an actual glove. So pretty cool. No? Okay. Then we get two weapons. What's interesting is that they like really made him hockey, so he doesn't come with like the golf clubs or anything like that. He just comes with a hockey stick, a regular hockey stick, which is pretty cool, and then you got the goalie hockey stick, which is pretty cool. I wish they would have maybe put something on them, like it said Casey or Phantom on it.
Has his name on it.
This is a monster, okay? So, there it is. There's the big goalie one. And, alright. So now we've got the alternate heads, which are really cool. So first off, they give you just a skull as the head, which is really cool. I thought this was just going to be like a display thing, accessory, but it actually will go on him, which looks really good. And then his second head, his mask is broken, and you can kind of see how messed up his face is underneath, and his eyes are going sideways. So it actually, this head sculpt is really cool. It looks really awesome. And then we'll pop him open. Do you like that face sculpt?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool, right? All right. Even this face sculpt is pretty good. So I will just show him, and then we'll get his cape on and switch things around. Interesting. So there he is. I wasn't sure if I was really gonna like this, just because, you know, it's Phantom of the Opera. I'm not a huge Phantom of the Opera fan. My sister and my mom loved it when I was growing up, but you know, it is Casey Jones. I think this face sculpt looks really good too. I really like what they did with his eyes. You can really see them coming through that mask. I think it's really awesome. As you can see, he comes with fist hands on, and then you kind of have like the hockey gear mixed in, the pads and everything, but as he's still in a tuxedo, if that's a tuxedo, whatever it is. And the back is, you know, nothing crazy. The hair looks good. One thing I noticed is right when I pulled him out, though, he feels like he's going to have really good movement, which is nice for a NECA. So I didn't grab any of them, though. I should have grabbed some of them for a size comparison, but we'll do that. So there he is. So now I do want to put on his cape. Actually, movement-wise, let's see. So no bicep swivel, but his arms do move very well. I know some people think I move NECAs around way too hard. That's okay. As you can see, his head moves very well, and maybe it's just because this is loose, so maybe it's not supposed to be like that, but like, I mean, I can move him sideways, up, down, really good there. No real ab crunch. The knees do bend pretty well. These are kind of going to restrict you a little bit. No toe joint and no thigh swivel. So kind of limited, no thigh or bicep swivel, but he moves pretty well, surprisingly. So let's pull this head off. Oh, look how that looks underneath. Ooh, gross. So there's that head. I'm going to throw his cape on. And I want to see how this looks, honestly. That kind of doesn't fit. I mean, like, it does, but it's kind of funny looking. I honestly might pose him like this, though, just because he looks cool. This cape is interesting. Like, I like that it's wired, but almost because there's not enough wire to it, I kind of don't like it, but there he is. It doesn't really fit, right? It doesn't, but I do like it. I think it looks kind of funny, but it's pretty cool looking. There's the cape. The cape's kind of weird. It's kind of more like fat. So I'm gonna have to like mess around with it to really kind of get it out. I don't really like these shoulder pieces.
Like,
yeah,
what is that?
It needs to be like this, you know. So we're gonna have to mess around with it. I do want to see what this one looks like on there. I think this is probably how a majority of people are probably going to pose this figure, or the head they're going to use. His hair makes it kind of hard to get that on, though. Let's make him look cool. We're going to do this hockey stick, but that would go in this hand. So we need the left hand to hold the hockey stick. Okay. His joints are kind of loose, though, I will say. Bam. There he is. Yeah, he's okay. He's not my favorite, I will say. But, I mean, I think he looks good. That cape is kind of weird, right? I think the cape's kind of throwing it off just a little bit. Let's grab you and you. And I am actually very curious. And yeah, his hockey stick does say stuff. So you're wrong. So a couple things. Here is how he scales. I just brought these two out because they're the easiest ones to stand. So he's around the same height. He's a little taller than them both, which is pretty cool. I do like that. And then if you do bring in like a movie Casey, he's again a little taller. Not by much, but he is a little taller. Mine's also kind of standing, kind of funny. But there he is. He's not bad. I don't know. There's something about him, and I think it's like you said, it's probably this cape is a little weird to me.
This looks like he has like shoulder pads on from the 80s.
Well, he is a hockey player, right?
Well, like football.
Yeah.
You know?
So, kind of weird. I do like it. I do like the accessories it came with. This skull is pretty cool. I wish it looked a little better on there. But he's not bad. And we got some cloth goods there, which there is a hole. Is his arms supposed to go through these?
I bet his arms go through. Jesus.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, here we go. We find something new every time. I'm sure all of you were probably watching me and be like, that's because the arm needs to go through. I didn't realize that, so let's try it. Maybe that will fix this. Yep. That's probably why. That does look much better. It is kind of hard to... There we go. Okay. Kind of liked the cloak look, though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Over his arms, but it did look kind of funny. It's still kind of weird. There he is, with the proper way the cloak is supposed to be on. Does look better, I will say, but...
I think I just don't like how shiny it is. Either.
Yeah, it would have looked better, like, kind of dull, you know, because he's, like, dead, kind of. So, but, you know, it's not bad. I do like it. It's okay. I'm really excited for Donnie, though. Donnie's really the one I really, really want. So we'll have to find that soon, but it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not my favorite. He's okay. And there's how he scales with some McFarlane. So he's pretty close to their height. So I do like the accessories. I think the faces are really cool. I mean, what's really cool about this face is you could probably put this on, you know, this figure and it would look pretty good. It just almost looks like an angry Casey, which is pretty awesome there. So, boom. Or even this face sculpt you could do as well. So there it is. So those are the things we got in the mail this week. The last thing we have, I am pretty excited for, actually. Casey's just gonna fall. So not last week, it was the week before. We go to Target and we're walking through the aisles, and bam, this guy is on the shelf. McFarlane Toys Deluxe Zenitsu Agatsuma, if that's how you say it. Two of them were on the shelf. And I'm like, man, you know, I have all these pre-ordered from McFarlane Toy Store, and they haven't shipped yet. So I'm really surprised these are on Target's shelf. Well, I already knew this was going to happen, but we go up to the register, scan it, and boom, street dated. Street dated for $4.19. $4.19. So kind of crazy. I couldn't walk away with it. You know, that has happened to me numerous times, and I always get in a debate with people because they're like, well, just grab a different figure, scan it, and then say you didn't want this one and walk out with that one. Like, it's a toy. I'll find it eventually. It's not that big of a deal. Not a fan of people that do that. It is what it is. And then arguing with an employee, yeah, should they have not put it out? Yes, but what's it gonna do? I mean, it's not worth it. So we didn't grab it. Well, yesterday we're at Walmart, and boom, guess what's there? This is the only one at Walmart. Only this one, no others from the wave. I grab it, scan's fine, because Walmart don't care, do they? So, super excited. So, this is going to be cool. I did pre-order all of these from McFarlane. It was like a bundle deal, so I decided to get them all. Still waiting for those to ship, but we got Zenitsu, so really cool. I was actually pretty excited when McFarlane said he was going to start doing some Demon Slayer stuff. I'm curious how this is, but
it's trash.
You think it's trash, huh?
Compared to your Figmas?
Well, yeah. This was also, though, $14. So, pretty cool. You know what I mean? What's really cool is that. I like that background. That's pretty awesome. So you could easily stand a figure there, which would be awesome. So he is the only one who's deluxe for some reason. They're gonna have them in like a smaller scale and then a little bit bigger. I don't know exactly the scales, but yeah, he's the only one who comes in a deluxe thing, which is crazy because he does come with some really cool stuff. So you couldn't really see him in the box, but he comes with these rocks that go around him, and then obviously he comes with his thunder breathing effects. So super cool. So let's pop these. Oh, they are zip tied. Of course they are. So again, man, McFarlane is just trying to just destroy every toy company because he's taking everything and making them, which is cool. So here's the lightning effects or the thunder breathing effects. I'm curious how they look like they attach into the rocks, which is kind of cool. But we'll have to see. They're nothing crazy. They're kind of like a flimsy effect piece. They're sturdier than I thought they would be, though, honestly. And here's the other one. They look almost exactly the same. See, but again, you look at this. And again, this is McFarlane. This is a $14 figure. And I already pulled out 2 thunder breathing effects. And 3 rock pieces. Like, all this for 14. And there is little holes in these you can see. So those effects do definitely go in there, which is cool. But what's interesting is there's 3 rocks, but 2 effects. Oh, they're supposed to attach to all 3. Okay, so before we grab the figure, let's see how we do this. Whoops. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Boom. So let's try this. These slide out super easy, though. Not that one, but this one did. Okay, and then we've got this guy, which goes in here. He doesn't want to fit in there. Wonder if you were actually supposed to put these in a certain way. That fits. But now this is backwards. That's so weird. There we go. I'm just slow. Boom. So you get this like effect piece there, which is kind of cool. I think you can do it different ways on there. Because, I mean, as you see, this is kind of how they have it on the box. I have it a little bit different. But it's kind of cool. But, again, you're getting all this for $14. Plus the figure. And he does come with his sword. Which, could you imagine if he would have done this figure like Nightwing and not given him his weapon? Would have been kind of interesting. Alright, so his sword, which looks terrible, by the way. Like, it's not even a... like, the blade is not even, like, one piece.
What the?
Yeah, it looks bad. It looks really bad.
Oh my God.
Yeah! Okay, so let's pull out Zenitsu. Oh, wow.
Ew.
Yep, I know why this is a $14 figure now. Yeah. Alright, so this is kind of a bummer for me. I mean, I'm going to grab this stuff. I love Demon Slayer, and I do really like his face sculpt. He has, like, no joints.
Oh.
So, he can move his arm here. He can't even move it out.
So it's a Toonie Terror.
Yep. Okay. Same thing here. Okay. This is thinner plastic, which is cool. So you could kind of at least do that. His legs,
Don't even
nothing.
move.
Just this. That's it.
Oh,
So,
at least it wasn't $30.
well, exactly. I know exactly why this was $14 now. The sword is terrible, and this figure doesn't really move. What's a big bummer to me, though, is like you made him the deluxe, and he can't move, and he can't even get in his thunder breathing pose, you know? So, boom. There he is. I love the face. I really love the face.
He never just stands there
like
when
that.
he's doing his thunder.
Exactly.
He goes down.
Thunder breathing. Yes. So, kind of a bummer there. But again, like we said, it is a $14 figure. So, I didn't expect it to be like my Figma here, which is just beyond amazing for him. But I do really like these rock pieces. I think it's really cool. And if you do have some of these Figmas or other Demon Slayer pieces, this was my plan right here, is to have it. That looks actually really cool.
So you paid $14 for some accessories.
Yeah, pretty much for my Figma. So, but that looks cool. So I'm happy with that. So,
like everything else about him
looks good.
Great. The hair is great. Like, but
this face sculpt is really, really good. The hair is great. His costume is great. Like I said, you can even do this flip up, kind of like with here. It's not like the Figma, but like you can't. Nothing. I mean, there's nothing to him. So it is kind of a bummer because, like the wife said, he never really stands here like this.
Unless he's crying.
Yeah, and the sword doesn't look that great. But, you know, again, it was $14. I'm happy with this. This is exactly what I wanted for this. This is perfect. It'll kind of cover up my Figma stand, and he's actually in his thunder breathing form, which is fantastic. And obviously, you can see the scale. He's super small, which, I mean, he'll scale well. Well, I bet Casey's not that much bigger than him. I don't know. These are kids. They're supposed to be pretty small. So yeah. So there's that. I wouldn't say... I mean, I'm kind of disappointed. I thought he was going to have some more movement for sure. but at least it was $14, and at least he came with those cool effects. So, really cool. So, that's what we got today. 3 McFarlanes and a NECA TMNT. So, honestly, all this was okay. My favorite part is this, honestly. I think these look really good. I'm not, like, the accessories are killing me here with these. And this guy's really good, too. I mean, this guy is really good. I just, like you said, the coat is kind of eh. I have to figure out how I really want to pose him. And these, I'm curious how the other ones are going to be. So I know there's bigger ones that are going to have articulation. The Nezuko looks really cool. But we'll have to see what McFarlane decides to do with those. This isn't bad. Like you said, he looks fantastic. If you want a little statue,
Display, yeah.
you know, because I do have some of those as well. This is pretty cool. But, yeah, I don't know, kind of disappointed, but this is really cool. I'm actually super excited to have that. That scales really well with him too, honestly. So yeah, so there you have it. I do apologize if today was a little not as enthusiastic. Like I said, it's just been a hard week for us, but we appreciate every one of you. Well, I really appreciate all of you who reached out to me on other social medias and stuff like that. So you guys are fantastic. Yeah, follow us on Instagram. Link will be in the description below. We'll get back at it next week again. And, you know, I hope you guys have a fantastic Easter. Spend time with your loved ones, including your pets. Make sure that they are, you know, super happy today. We appreciate you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you... if you guys are new. And yeah, have a fantastic week. You guys are amazing. And as always, collectors never stop collecting.